Well, hello, and welcome to Della's Tiny Kitchen. Today I'm going to make some chili. It's a family recipe. It's my dad's recipe, Arbio. So I've got most of everything ready here. I've got a pound of ground beef in the bottom of this pan. I'm going to turn on. I'm chopping up two, small onions. One medium bell pepper that's going in. I thought I had 2 cans of peeled tomatoes, but unfortunately I did not. I only had 1. So I had to go to Dollar General to get 2 cans of diced tomatoes and 2 cans, and I didn't have kidney beans. I can't believe it. I had 2 cans of light red kidney beans, chili powder, salt, and I think that's about it for now. So first I'm going to turn this on. And I don't have my apron on because I am so warm. But this is my apron for today. I had to take it off. I was just dying. It was too hot. It's just warm enough that the furnace is not coming on, but cool enough not to have to turn on the air conditioner. So it's like an in-between, and it's really aggravating. So my green pepper is all washed, and I'm just going to cut it. I'm going to cut up this ground beef. I'll need to find something to set this on. I'm going to make this so I have some room. Oh, jeepers. That's much better. Much better. So this is starting to go. So to my ground beef, I'm going to add some salt. About 1/2 teaspoon. And I'm going to dice this pepper. So we're having leftovers tonight, but I want to get this chili going so I can freeze some and we'll have it tomorrow. Friday night, when I went to work, UCP had their 75th what the heck am I trying to say here? Anniversary celebration. It was a beautiful gala, and they had all kinds of hors d'oeuvres and food, and oh my gosh, it was incredible. So the people that were catering came down and asked Jerry and I, who were manning the computers for the movie, if we wanted some food, and of course we said yes. They had probably a table that was at least 20 foot long, like an S, that was just loaded, and I mean loaded, with all kinds of, let me turn this down now, all kinds of goodies, cheese, crackers, meatballs, shrimp, the lamb lollipops, and I mean, you name it, they had it. I don't know who catered that party, but the food was incredible. So I came home with some chicken skewers, little chicken kebab type things, and meatballs, stuffed mushrooms, shrimp, not shrimp, I'm sorry. We didn't get any shrimp. Bacon wrapped scallops that were really good. Last night, Mom and I had the scallops on rice. So they were really, really incredible. And then tonight we've got the chicken. Hi, Deb. Tonight we have the chicken, and I'm going to warm that up. I have some rice left, so we'll have that and carrots. So this is my dad's recipe for chili. And everybody that has had it so far really likes it. And when I used to go to Christmas parties at our friend's house, that was the thing that we were asked, I was always asked to make and bring. And when my kids were little, I used to make it a lot, but what I did was, well, I didn't have any money. So to make things stretch, I would make a big bowl of chili, or a big pot of chili. We would have it over rice. And when I first met my husband, I made chili. He goes, over rice? I said, yeah, we've always had it over rice. Well, he tried it, he liked it, and from that point on, we always had chili over rice. And when I take it to somebody's house, I make the rice. I take cheese to cover it with, some grated cheese, whatever type I happen to have, and some sour cream. So that is how we do chili. So this is see if we can get this over here later. So you can see what's going on in the pot. Ooh, that's hot. Hot, hot, hot. Yeah, I was going to wear my tiny little kitchen apron, but I'm telling you, it's too warm in here. I got the doors open. I can't turn the air conditioner on because I covered it for the winter. So, we have to just make do with what we've got. Okay, so, some diced onion. Yeah, righty. Don and Steve used to have a Christmas party every year for all our friends and family, and I always brought my chili. And anybody who is from Bridgewater will remember Jim Ennis. Well, Jim Ennis, that was the first thing he grabbed, my chili. Every now and then I would catch him out at the post office or at the Nice and Easy when it was the Nice and Easy, now it's Stewart's. And I would see him and he'd say, "Are you making chili to take to Dawn and Steve's?" I said, "Yep, I sure am." "Good, I'll be there." And he always was. Bless his heart. And I do have a non-meat version of my chili that I make for anybody who is vegan. Because my little Kaylee does not eat meat. So when I make some chili for her, I will have to make it with no meat in it. She used to eat it with meat, and now she doesn't, but she always loved my chili, so now I hear a lot of people say, we don't put beans in our chili. Well, we always have. Let me know if you put beans in your chili. I always put kidney beans in my chili. And it was funny because my husband loved the beans in the chili. And he wanted more beans than anything else. He wanted it loaded with beans. I can't eat a whole bunch, but I do like a lot of beans in it. So there we go. So there's the onions. And I got a cut on my finger, and boy, that onion juice is in there and it burns. So I angled this camera so I really can't see who's on here right now. So let's get this a little closer. Okay, right here. As soon as that meat is cooked, I can do my other stuff. Alright, so I put the salt in. Now I'm going to add the chili powder. I like to buy this down in Utica, the Avico, or whatever it is. Oh, shoot. Probably shouldn't do that over the heat. Probably should not do that over the heat. Steam adds moisture in it, so I'll do it this way. Nope, maybe I'll use a spoon. Jeepers. So chili powder, 1, 2, 3 rounded, I don't know, teaspoons. These are iced teaspoons. I think. And we'll mix that. I like that to kind of warm in the pan until you can really smell the chili powder. And now the secret ingredient my dad used to put in. Just a tiny bit of ginger, probably about an 1/8 teaspoon. Come on. Not cooperating. Oh, there we go. Now it's working. Come on. About an 1/8 of a teaspoon of ground ginger. And there it is. One year I made the chili and I didn't have ginger, and everybody noticed that it didn't taste the same. Let's see, so who's on here? If I can see Maureen. Hi, Maureen. And hi, Terry. How's the weather in Washington State, Terry? Okay, so now that looks pretty good. Let's see, we get this. So now you can see, oops, shoot, there we go. That's what it looks like. And I'm going to grab my big wooden spoon. Now the seasonings and everything has gotten in there good. Now I'm going to add some garlic. The rest of that powder can go in there. Some minced garlic, and this thing does not want to open. There we go. Not a lot of garlic. It's about a half, not quite a half a teaspoon. And get that going. Oh man, this smells so good. Now I'm going to turn this down to low. And I'm going to add, I should have opened up all these cans ahead of time, but no, I didn't. So, and I don't drain my beans because I like it really thick and saucy. You can drain and wash them, but I don't. Oh, and I burned my arm. That was smart. Oh well. Could be worse. And go the tomatoes. I like the whole peeled tomatoes. And because I have cuts on my hands, I am not squishing these with my hands. I usually squish them through my fingers. But this time, I'm going to use this device. And hopefully it won't spit at me. Garth always enjoyed the little bits of tomato in the chili, so that's how I made it. That's how my dad made it. Every now and then he would add a can of sauce, but pretty much it was just the whole peeled tomatoes. And I've got 2 small cans of diced tomatoes. I was reading an article couple months back about not draining your beans because all the nutrients are in the water or the liquid that is in the beans. So when you do that, you rinse out all the good stuff. But I've never done it anyway because it's just the way my dad did it. And, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it kind of thing. So and I happen to have some Colby Jack cheese. A lot of times we use the Mexican cheese. Here's 1 can of beans. And another can of tomatoes. But you can use whatever beans you want. I have in the past, because I happen to have the Catalina beans, and I put those in there. But I prefer the red kidney beans. It's still good. A friend of mine has a really good recipe for white chili, and it uses the white chili beans and turkey, and it is really good. Let's get these over here so they can get washed out. Shoot. And I lost my towel. One more can of kidney beans. So actually, oops, I almost lost you there. I usually use two large cans, the 28 ounce. Some are a little more, some are a little less. Of the tomatoes, I usually use 2 of those. And 1 large can of beans, but I'm just using these smaller ones. And let's see how this goes. Oh, come on. That's going to end up on the floor if I don't put it away. I love this can opener. It's Pampered Chef. And that's it. Whoops, there's some beans in there. I'll tell you, that cut on my finger with the onions and tomatoes was not fun. Now this will simmer for a couple hours. I'll put it on my back burner because I have one of those that it's for making candy, and it's like a warmer burner. And I'll put it on there and let it simmer. I'll bring it to a boil. Let it simmer, but before I do that, I want to check and see if I have enough get another spoon here. I want to check and see if I have enough chili powder in there. Yeah, I think it'll work. I can't make it too spicy for my mom. And the last thing to put in there is well, there they go. There they are, way, way, way in the back. Where are my pepperoncinis? Oh. Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, shoot, shoot, shoot. I could have swore. Oh. Well, I thought I had a whole jar of pepperoncinis. Maybe they're in the cupboard. I'm going to check first. Let me see. Pepperoncinis, are they in here? I do not have any pepperoncinis. I do not, so I'm going to have to use some jalapenos. Usually I put 3 whole pepperoncinis in, but because my mother does not like it hot, the pepperoncinis aren't really that hot. I'm only going to put a few of these jalapenos in there, 3 slices. If I want to add more, I will. I don't know what the heck I did. I could have swore I had a whole jar of pepperoncinis in the refrigerator. It's like when you go to the refrigerator to get your mayonnaise and you can't find it, so you open up another jar, or the ketchup, and then when you put the ketchup or the mayonnaise away, you find the one that was open because somebody else didn't put it back in the same place. So now I'll bring this to a boil. I'm putting it up on 3.5, there and thereabouts. I'll put it on 4. And then I'll watch it until it starts to simmer. And then when it starts to simmer, I will turn it down. This is my simmering pot. I had some oranges and lemons. Had a lemon, a lime, and an orange that were starting to go. So I put some water and cinnamon in the pot and put it on my back burner. This burner goes down to 140, I believe. I can't remember. So that's it. That's my dad's chili. And this will thicken up, especially because I put the whole can of beans in without rinsing them. It helps to thicken them. That's it. That is my chili. That it is. This is was my husband's very favorite. Yesterday the bike went, and that was a very hard thing for me. But the person that got it is going to try and restore it, so, and he's a friend, so that is good. So here we go. Oh, I'm going to put this up. So, there it is. Oh, Mish, you made chili today too? I might. We're always on the same wavelength, it seems like. Too funny. Great minds think alike. So like I said, I will let this simmer for a while. I'll taste it a little more, see if I need any more chili powder. And then if I do, I'll add some. But like I said, I don't like it too spicy. I don't mind it a little on the spicy side, but my mother doesn't care for it. It's a little too much for her. So, so that's, and you can see I have my Guns N' Roses t-shirt on. That concert was pretty neat. It was fun. Went to SPAC with the kids and Heather 2 summers ago, and it was fun. It was really fun. But it is too hot to put my apron on. I was dying. Dying. Oh, so there it is. Chili. Just the way my husband liked it, and the way my dad made it, and the way I've been making it for, I don't know, since my kids were babies. And like I said, when I made chili before, I always poured it over rice. And then we would have a dollop of sour cream and some cheese and sour cream on top, which made it really, really good. And also, on occasion, I have put a can of tomato sauce in. Garth wasn't really crazy about the tomato sauce in it, because I think that's how I used to do it originally. He didn't care for the sauce. He wanted the juicy tomatoes. And, you know, they say happy wife, happy life. Well, happy hubby, happy life too, because he, yeah, I miss him a lot. It's not easy, but one day at a time. So, without further, oh, it's going to start. Without further ado, thank you for watching Della's Tiny Kitchen. I hope to be getting YouTube up and running. I tried to do YouTube today, but for some reason, it only wants to do a short, and I don't want to do a short because I was afraid it would cut me off. So I'm not sure. I'm going to sit and watch YouTube tonight on how to do that while I'm knitting, and I'll just sit and go to YouTube anniversary. All right, Maureen, Terry, Debbie, Mike, Mish, thank you for watching. Please share my video. If they're only on Facebook for 30 days, I can't figure out how to get it to go longer. And so it's hard for me to, I try to download them and save them, but it's not working so well. So it's a learning experience, one thing at a time. So now that this is starting to go, I'll go feed Mama. I'm sure she's hungry by now. Goodness gracious, it's almost 6 o'clock. But like I said, it's just leftovers from the party that they had at the museum the other night. And we got to bring home some really good food. They also made these they had these macaroons in these little clear boxes. They were like a vanilla with some kind of a, almost like a marshmallow cream in the middle, but it wasn't really sweet. It was they were so good. They were so good. And I said to the girl, "Oh my gosh, I could eat a couple dozen of these. They're so good." So she brought me down about 8 more of them. I said, so Jerry and I took them home. All right, so like I said, there it is. Too hot to put on. Bon appetit from Della's Tiny Kitchen. If you have questions, message me and I will give you the outcome. And tomorrow when I serve it, I will do a video on how I serve it. All right, love you all, and goodbye.